everyone, Robin from Backscatter here with the new and improved Flip 8, the ultimate underwater color correction and macro system for GoPro cameras. Flip 8 is a modular system that creates professional level underwater color and razor sharp macro results with just a simple flip on, flip off design. We created the Flip product line because GoPro cameras have such a limited, strictly automatic white balance range. Underwater video shooters need a color correcting filter to restore the red, orange, and yellow color tones that you would otherwise lose when shooting video underwater. With Flip 8, you can quickly flip between different filters for different depth ranges. Use the shallow filter for 10 to 25 feet or the dive filter for 25 to 80 feet. We've spent hundreds of dives testing and geeking out over GoPro video color to develop these filters for the best underwater color at their depth ranges. One of the key differences about Flip 8 over previous Flip generations is that we now only need 2 filters instead of 3 to get good underwater color at any depth with the latest GoPro cameras. Based on our testing, the deep filter just didn't look good on Hero 5 through 8, so that's no longer included in Flip 8. Instead, we've updated the depth range of the shallow and dive filters to better match the improved color performance of the latest GoPro cameras. Now, the shallow filter covers 10 to 25 feet, and the dive filter is good from 25 feet all the way down to 80 feet. If you've got a GoPro Hero 5, 6, 7, or 8, you'll be good to go with just the shallow and dive filters found in Flip 8. If you're still running a GoPro that's older than Hero 5, you'll probably want to pick up a Flip 7 kit just to get all 3 of the filters, since those older cameras do need a little more help at depth than the newer ones. We've also added more strength to the dive filter. It now has a thicker base where it mounts to the frame. The shallow filter is still just as strong and thicker all the way throughout. The filters are virtually unbreakable. Flip 8 isn't only about color correction, it is also the perfect tool for macro. We developed the +15 MacroMate Mini lens to be the sharpest macro optic for GoPro underwater. It's not a magnifying lens, it's a close focus lens, which allows you to get super close and shoot those golf ball sized macro subjects in full frame sharp focus from only 3 to 4 inches away. The Flip frame is machined from aircraft grade aluminum and is super durable while staying lightweight and low profile. Flip 8 is backwards compatible all the way through Hero 5. It works with GoPro Hero 5, 6, 7, and 8. The Flip frame is designed to work with GoPro brand housings like the Hero 8's protector housing and the 5, 6, and 7's Super Suit. You will need the housing to mount the Flip system, so even if you have one of those waterproof Hero cameras, you're still going to need the housing to actually install the Flip frame and get the best color and macro out of your rig. An adapter for the Super Suit housing comes pre-installed in the Flip frame. Hero 8 shooters can just stash this in one of the extra pockets. Flip 8 has a larger frame due to the new larger lens port on the GoPro Hero 8 housing. To make the filters easier to flip with this larger design, we added an ergonomic tab to the filter. The new filter design with the tab is backwards compatible with all previous Flip systems, even all the way back to Flip 3.1. Older filters are forwards compatible and can be used with Flip 8, but the lack of that built-in tab makes them a little tricky to use on the new big frame. If you have a 55mm threaded filter holder, there's no change whatsoever. They work just the same. There are 4 different Flip kits that we offer. There's the single filter kit, which is just a single hinge Flip frame and the dive filter. Then there's the 2 filter kit, which is our most popular. It has the double hinge Flip frame and both shallow and dive filters. You can get the MacroMate Mini a la carte, which you can always add on to either of the single or double hinged frames. Or you just get the Pro Pack, which gets you the 2 filter kit and the +15 MacroMate Mini lens, and you even save a couple bucks then buying them individually. So now let's take a look at what's in the box. The system is self-contained and travel ready in its neoprene carrying case. The main pouch is for the flip frame with 2 filters, and there are additional pockets for extra storage. The dive and shallow filters are pre-installed on the frame, as is the adapter for the Supersuit housing for GoPro 5, 6, and 7. The lens removal tool for GoPro 5, 6, and 7 is also still included. Hero 8 shooters can just ignore this tool since their cameras won't need it at all. If you get a Macromate mini lens, it comes with its own little neoprene pouch, and it comes pre-threaded onto the required 55mm threaded adapter. This is what mounts in place of the filter on the flip frame and allows for the use of the 55mm threaded accessories like the Macromate mini lens. Macromate Mini also comes with a guide stick for determining the minimum focus distance to your subject to help you make sure that your shot is sharp. The minimum focus distance with the Macromate Mini is actually the same for Hero 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So if you already have a Macromate Mini and the focus stick, you can just use that same focus notch on there for any of those cameras. Now that we know what everything is, let's actually install Flip 8 on the housing. Take the Allen key, loosen up the pinch bolt, and double check that you either have your adapter installed if you're going onto the Supersuit, or remove the adapter for the Hero 8 housing. The new lip inside the flip frame makes it much easier than ever before to install. You can really just drop it on and do a quick check to make sure that it's flush. Then just snug that pinch bolt back down and you are good to go. Flip the filters in place with a solid snap, or you can flip them back into either of the 2 locking positions. Once they're flipped back, they are rock solid and they pose no risk of accidentally flipping down into your shot by mistake. Use the first locking stop for easier flips on and off, or lock them all the way back to be in the most secure position possible. When you want to swap out filters or lenses, just use the Allen key to back the screws out and configure the system for whatever you want to shoot underwater. If using a Macromate Mini, we recommend setting it up on the side mount so that its heavier weight is less likely to cause it to accidentally flip down into your shot. Flip the Macromate on and then get close. Use the focus stick to determine the minimum focus distance of your camera. Simply align the notch indicated for your camera model with the front of the lens. The distance from the lens to the end of the stick is your minimum focus distance. Don't get closer than that distance to your subject, otherwise the camera's going to drop focus and your footage is going to look soft. A lot of people ask us about using the Macromate Mini and a filter at the same time. You'll notice it is not possible to overlap the 2. When you're shooting macro, you're going to need a video light to get proper exposure on your subject, since most tiny critters probably won't be out in the open. You'll need a light to see a subject that's hidden under a ledge or tucked down in a hole. That video light is going to be so close to the subject that it takes out the need for any color correction. A video light also helps that subject stand out from its background. A red filter might color correct, but it's not going to help that critter stand out at all. We really don't recommend using a filter with the Macromate, but if you did want to do it, there is a way to make that happen. We make some 55mm threaded color correction filters, which can thread onto the same 55mm adapter ring that the Macromate mounts on. These filters can then also thread onto the front of the Macromate, but the practical applications for this are really pretty limited. The only thing left to do from here is install the camera in the housing. If you have a Hero 8, just flip up the mounting brackets and drop it in the housing. If you have a Hero 5, 6, or 7, first you gotta pop off the lens with the red lens removal tool, then you can put it in the housing. Snap up the back, and you're ready to dive. We recommend mounting the housing on a double-handle tray for better stability when shooting handheld. If you're shooting macro, add a tripod to the rig for stable, tight shots of those tiny subjects. Add on a pair of video lights, and you're pretty much fully loaded and ready to start capturing the best looking underwater footage possible from a GoPro camera. Flip 8's available not only from us here at Backscatter directly, but also from our dealers all over the world. No matter where you get your Flip 8 system, the Backscatter team is here to provide you with free lifetime tech support. We dive, shoot, and service everything that we sell, so when you need help, we've got you covered. If you have any other questions about the Flip 8 system, GoPro cameras, or anything underwater photo and video, don't hesitate to reach out to us here at Backscatter. You can help us make more of these videos by getting your gear from the team at Backscatter or one of our dealers, and of course by liking, sharing, and subscribing to our content and telling all of your underwater buddies to check us out too. I'm Robin signing off. Thanks for watching and happy shooting.